Happy DocMas.
Rudolph, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Whoa. Welcome to the Dr. DC podcast. My name is producer Richard, and across from me is the doctor himself.
Hello.
This year, like each prior, we have released an episode every day for the 12 episodes leading to Christmas.
Yeah, until you met our demands.
Yeah. Today we accept only the best.
Yeah. $30 million in unmarked bearer bonds.
Yeah. This is the final episode of DocMas. This is number 4?
This is DocMas 4.
Holy shit.
This is part 12 of DocMas 4.
How have we done 4 years?
I know. Isn't that crazy?
That's fucking bonkers. What a journey it's been.
Yeah, the road so far.
Then. Glug, 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 glug.
Now. Nuggets.
I can't believe it. This is insane.
Crazy.
We ate like 50 something nuggets. I mean, we didn't eat
We finished episode 10's worth of nuggets.
Though it's funny how bad we felt. And Keith literally told us that he'd sit down and eat 50 in one session.
I think that's easier though, right? It's that thing of like not knowing you're full yet. But because we've been spreading it out,
it does make it kind of
having
worse.
Drinks and stuff like that, like for a longer time that it's coming, and also you're trying to chew and talk. Like everything about it is unpleasant.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Much like what my wife says about our love life.
Oh, you have to chew and talk?
No, all of it's unpleasant. Oh. Jesus,
I don't know.
God damn,
I don't know what the fuck you do.
Oh well, I'll paint you a picture.
Oh, please don't. I'm sad enough.
Yeah. This this was a fucking triumph of will, I think.
Yeah. I'm proud of us. A, that we made it as far as we did.
Yeah.
And B, that we showed the restraint of like knowing we weren't going to eat an additional 23 nuggets in like an hour.
That might have been the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, giving up, throwing in the towel.
Stop calling it giving up. It's right.
What, the thing that you did where you gave up? And I went with you so that you would feel okay?
No.
I could have kept going,
but
you were like, please.
Daddy, please.
Yeah, I mean, you ask in that voice.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only one that gets you out of bed in the morning, so. So yes, we've gotten to this point. This is the final episode. Yeah. And with that, every year we do a reading assignment.
Yep, no questions. Just talk about something that we definitely read all of.
What is happening here is flipping the page, and I'm the one who's read and you haven't.
I don't know what happened yesterday. Maybe it's because it was like the Santa Claus parade, and I was like out with my daughter doing that, and then dealing with like getting her home. We were like out sledding and that. Maybe I was just like crazy tired or something, but I didn't fully finish reading the book.
I mean, that's very funny.
Which is odd for me.
Yeah.
But you did.
Yeah, I did.
So at a certain point, I'll just toss it over to you.
Yeah, I may have to grab my computer where I actually have it pulled up so that I can look at it.
Right.
Yes, I 100% read it.
So the thing that we read completely, start to finish, is the very DC Rebirth Holiday. Which, God, when would that have come out?
It must have been pretty recently.
5 or 6 years ago, whenever Rebirth was.
Just based on the artwork of Harley Quinn, it feels like it's brand new.
It's definitely after Suicide Squad, but that still could be like within the last 5 years.
Yeah, fair.
Whenever Rebirth was, sometime around then. But it's basically like a holiday anthology. It's a collection of short holiday stories that feature different characters throughout DC, and it has this sort of interstitial thing of like Harley hosting like a DC universe like holiday party.
2016.
There you go.
I loved that framework, by the way.
Harley's like holiday party with all of the heroes and stuff there.
It's not even a holiday party. It's almost like a Christmas Like what do they do when they're trying to like raise money?
Oh, like a fundraiser.
It's kind of like a
gala
fundraiser
kind of thing, yeah.
or like one of those like NBC Christmas specials,
like a telethon.
It's sort of a combination
Yeah.
between all of that
It's
stuff.
true,
I
yeah.
think it took me a second to realize that it was happening because suddenly it felt like they were just cutting in the middle of her first bit,
right.
and that's when I realized, oh, this is just a framing piece.
Which is, then you finish a story and then it'll cut back to Harley and she'll be like, yeah, that was all right. Or
Yeah,
like,
so yeah, it like a
like
NBC
all
special.
the warm fuzzies.
Yes.
And then you cut to something else.
So cute. It's I really 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 enjoyed the framework.
It is a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, why don't we talk a bit more sort of about like initial thought? Like what drew you to this book? Did you find it just randomly online? Or
I mean, initially I had the idea for a different collection of Christmas stories, but I had forgotten to give it to you early enough because it's one that I like physically have. So I was like, oh God. And so I was like looking up holiday ones. Like DC puts out holiday stuff like every year, every couple of years. There's always something to read. But I realized that like this was relatively recent and I hadn't read it, which is kind of caught me by surprise a little bit. And so I was like, oh, that would be fun. Plus, it's a more modern era, which is one that we end up talking about a lot more. I was like, it's not going to be like dropping Richard into like, it's a 0-hour Christmas. And he has to be like, who the hell is Sentinel? Or like,
I mean, I appreciate that. Yeah.
It was sort of like, that was kind of my thought process for it is like, we're close enough to an era of comics and movies and things like that you have more reference points for.
Yeah.
Not that you need them for holiday stories, but
no, for sure.
That's kind of why I went with it.
Yeah. All right. So why don't we get into some of the actual like little stories that are within that. So the first one is actually my favorite one.
Right.
This is The Last Minute, Superman and Batman. Who's on this? Tim Seeley, Ian Churchill, Alex Solazzo, and Carlos M. Menguel.
Yeah.
The basic idea for this is Batman and Superman are fighting together. They basically beat a big monster, and at the end of it, they're like, Superman's like, "Oh shoot, I need to get a gift for Superboy."
Yeah, for his son, for John Kent. It's that thing. It's like the Jingle All the Way thing.
It's 100% Jingle All the Way. There's like a popular gaming system that called Monkey Box or something like that.
Yeah, it's got
Super
some
Monkey Box. Or
it's
something.
got some insane, very fake name.
Yeah, it's very funny.
And he's like, I completely forgot. He really wants them. They're sold out everywhere.
Something is so funny. One about Superman needing to get a gift, which is that idea is hilarious. But what I love is that the Batman's like, oh, you're talking about the Super Monkey Box? Oh yeah, Damien wants one too.
I love the way Batman says it too, which is not like, oh yeah, I got him one. He's like, yeah, he wants it, but like, he's not gonna be a good hero if he gets what he wants. It's just like something inherent in the way Bruce talks about it, where he's like, he's not gonna get it, but like he wants it.
It's very funny.
There's something fun though too. Every time Superman like speeds to a different store, there's always like a crime in progress like close by, and he's Superman.
Yeah.
He goes and stops it, and by the time he gets to the store, it's either closed or they're sold out or someone got the last one or whatever. It's like 100% a Jingle All the Way scenario, but it also is trading on the fact that Superman is like so good. It's very much the Christmas spirit thing. Like, he could have gotten the gift, but then he wouldn't be Superman.
So what I love is that we then cut to Jonathan Kent sitting in their home in Hamilton County, and is just like, like on the phone, and he's like, my dad isn't home yet. Like this, I'm just hanging here. And then he's like, oh, what are you up to? And it's Damien in the middle of a huge fight with I don't know who this green guy is. Who is there? Or the green and the red guy?
Oh, sorry. Can I see the image again? Oh, I don't remember actually.
I don't know if they actually name it. It's just some like very brightly colored.
Yeah, he's fighting someone.
He literally says he's like defending Gotham from an onslaught of brightly colored cretins. It's just, nobody specific, but
could be like a version of the Mad Men or something.
Yeah,
like that,
maybe he's fighting, but it's funny because he's just in the middle of fighting all these things, and in the middle of it, Damien, who I'm surprised says like, it's Jonathan that says, oh geez, do you ever think like it would be nice to be normal and play? Yeah, which is an adorable sort of thing.
John and Damien have a fun friendship. That is, I think, next to Damien as Robin to Dick as Batman, this is my favorite kind of Damien, is him and John Kent as friends.
It's very cute.
It's a really good way to temper him, because Damien can be a lot.
Yeah, but what's cute is so Superman's flying around and there's some like mean old lady who's just like, I got it. Like, I got the gift. And then Superman has to go fly off to solve some crime. And then Superman finally gets to a store and he's like, okay, if this store doesn't have it, like nobody's going to have it.
Yeah.
And he gets in there and suddenly Damien's in there.
Yeah.
And Damien's got the last
Damien's
box.
bought the last one. He's like in a suit and stuff.
He looks great.
And doesn't he say something like, you should have been here faster? Like,
he says, I've been taught to let nothing get in the way of that which I desire. In other words, you snooze, you lose.
yeah. Which is really something.
Yeah. So he, instead of getting a gift from Batman, he gets the gift for himself.
Yeah.
Which is really
very
interesting.
Damien.
So now we flash towards Christmas Day at the Kent house, which I love this because they're in, all the Kents are in like matching pajamas and things like that, and then the Wades are all in suits.
Yeah. Bruce and Damien are both in like sport coats.
Yeah, on like Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
so cute.
But they're still having Christmas Eve together, which is very cute.
Very, very cute.
Lois is like, "Do you want more pie, Bruce?" And he's like, "Not if I'm going to fit in a leotard."
I know.
Which is
just that stuff warms my heart.
It's the most I've ever felt like Batman.
Yes. Yeah.
Couldn't have another morsel.
One more nugget and you wouldn't have fit into a leotard.
Yeah, and of course that's how I make all my decisions.
Yes, based on leotards.
Whether or not I'm going to fit in a leotard.
So what I love is then Damien out of nowhere goes, it's time to be done with all of this cultural mandated pretense. It's time for presents. Which is like partly him just going like, I'm a kid.
That's what I like about the sort of John and Damien thing, is it kind of brings that out. Like Damien has grown up faster than he should have, right? And there's all this training for the League of Assassins, but I love these moments where he's like, I'm excited for presents. It's fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm 9 or like whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know?
So what's great is suddenly Jonathan opens up the gift and he got the toy that Superman couldn't get for him.
And Superman's in the middle of apologizing for not getting it.
Yes. And they realize that, well, I didn't do it and Batman didn't do it. It was Damien, and Jonathan immediately knows it was Damien.
Yeah, and Damien says, like, I thought you could use some more strategic training, or like, he says something like kind of.
It's exactly what he says.
Something
He's
like that.
It's very sort of like off guard. But what I love is then Superman and Batman go outside to like sort of have a drink and talk, and Batman's like, well, I'm sorry that you couldn't have been the one to do it. I'm sorry Damien did it, and he was like, well. He's like, I'm happy because he got something way more important, which was a friend.
Yeah, but Superman also has a thing where he's like, Bruce, did you know about this? And Bruce is like, I'm the world's greatest detective, but no, I didn't.
Oh, I love that.
I wouldn't have figured that out.
It's so funny. And then the final thing is they're like, Batman and Superman are like, oh, do you want to play the game? And Batman goes, yeah, you could use some more strategic like development.
It's a very cute story.
It's the cutest Batman Superman thing I've ever seen, and loved it.
It's a great illustration of their relationship because it's not just them. It's not just them being bros. It's that their families are together.
Their parents,
they
their fathers,
all,
yeah,
like family friends. It's like literally like Uncle Clark would be like possibly what Damien, if he had more respect, would call him. You know, like that's I really like that idea of their families being close.
So cute. I was obsessed with that. Like,
very, very cute story.
The next sort of Harley interstitial thing is this it's Harley in front of a TV showing like 3 seconds of like the end of like a Harley Quinn, what would be like your Rudolph like clay animation or the stop motion kind of thing. But what's so funny, it's the Crypto.
Yeah.
And Crypto, like all of it's so cute. It's like all of the reindeer can't like do it because they all have colds. They can't fly Superman. And it's like, don't worry, Crypto will do it. And then he just flies them all off. It's like, this thing is so adorable. This whole book.
It is. It's very like saccharine. It's a very, very sweet kind of feels book.
Almost all of it really, really is. The next sort of Superman story is that they realize that like Crypto's gone through this crazy year of all this stuff happening, and they're like, well, maybe like, does Crypto even know that he's like, does Crypto actually think it's a dog? Because it doesn't do a lot of dog stuff. It's gone through all this crazy stuff. It finds out it has all of these abilities.
Right.
Like, is Crypto feeling kind of not like a dog lately? And sort of going through all these amazing emotions. And so Clark goes, well, here, how about we go get Crypto something? And he's like, let's go take a trip. And so and then Superboy's like, oh, well, we're going to go to the mall, right? And he's just like, oh no, we're going to go somewhere better than the mall.
Yeah.
And they go to the Fortress of Solitude.
Which is very cool.
And I love that Jonathan's just like, but wait, this is not a mall. The mall's way cooler. And he's like, what are you talking about? This has got like all this history. He's like, yeah, but a mall smells like cinnamon buns. And he goes, yeah, I can't beat that.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, fair enough. You're totally right. But they get to go through the archive of Kryptonian history and all of these things. And they start looking at old Superman suits, which I loved. The one they looked at the original Superman suit that had the like yellow belt and the red trunks, but I didn't know what the white one was.
The white one with the sort of sun shape on it is from All Star Superman.
Oh, is that's
one that he
is?
Wears as like a space suit?
Oh, okay. Very cool. Like I also think it's weird that they're like acknowledging that these all exist.
Well, this is a weird era for Superman because right around when this came out, the Superman and Lois and John that we're seeing are from the pre-Flashpoint continuity. But they have ended up in the sort of New 52 continuity, and the New 52 Superman and Lois are dead. So now they are taking the place of...
Because they keep calling them the Smith family rather than the
Because they were like undercover while there was another Clark and Lois in the New 52 continuity. There's... Eventually, their histories all get merged into one Superman and Lois, and with one contiguous history. But for a little period of time, everyone, including members of the Justice League, knew this was a Superman from another reality.
Whoa!
And that Superman was like, something happened in this reality because this is not the way it's supposed to be.
Weird.
Yeah. So it's kind of a weird era for the Superman family.
But what's great is they take that yellow belt off of the original Superman costume and turn it into a dog collar for Krypto, so that he feels more like one of them.
Yeah.
And he feels like a dog.
And he's part of the family and part of that legacy.
Fucking adorable.
Very well. I mean, you're a dog person too, so that story is like...
Oh, I mean, the last two of then killing me. It's so cute. We get another story, which is a Detective Chimp one,
right?
Which I'm obsessed with. This is probably my second favorite one.
This has really fun artwork.
Yeah,
the art style of this story is great. A very kind of like cartoony version of Detective Chimp and Batman.
It very much looks like this is what Detective Chimp's idea of Batman is, because it's this very like
it's true,
like bulky, hulking Batman rather than
like perspective wise, he looks a lot like the Dark Knight Returns, kind of like the Frank Miller Batman, the very wide.
Yes.
Kind of Batman.
Yeah, he looks almost like caveman-esque at moments.
Yeah, totally.
Very funny. But so we get some sort of shots of like the initial, like, before we actually get into the story, it's like you see like a gun and you see blood and you're like, oh no, like, or you see red and then you see the actual cover, which is The Night We Saved Christmas.
Right.
And it looks like there's an elf like shot through the head or something.
Yeah.
I love Detective Chimp because I love this sort of like pulpy, like, hey, kid, like that way that he talks is so funny.
And he's also like a miserable alcoholic.
Oh,
but he's also a talking chimp, which is like inherently funny, but he's also so sad.
But also is sassy as hell.
Yes, extremely. Very snarky.
So he meets with a guy that looks a heck of a lot like Santa, but in like a trucker's outfit.
Yeah.
And he basically says like, I work at the mall. He's like, someone stole one of my dogs.
Right.
My prized dog, so I need you to get it back. And Detective Chimp decides...
I do love the idea that Detective Chimp is solving animal crimes, too, because he has, like, the Ace Ventura power of being able to speak in any animal's language.
And I don't know where the direct connection is, but he decides he needs Batman's help for it.
Yeah, I can't remember why, but he shows up at the manor, and Alfred answers the door, goes like, hello, and Detective Chimp comes in and just shows himself into the Batcave, and Alfred's like, you have a guest, and Batman's like, I don't have guests in the Batcave, and he's like, oh, Bobo, hi.
Yeah,
come on in.
He's very much like, even Detective Chimp is like I've known that this has been here forever. Like, come on.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Bruce.
Yeah, they're very much just like, I know who you are. I know where your thing is. Like, he even tells Alfred at one point, he's like, there should be like a bottle of scotch probably like over in this corner.
It's like behind the globe or something.
He's like, can I get a glass of that? Like, very funny. I love this interpretation of them because it's clearly the way that Bobo sees Batman, which is like this like brute.
Yeah. Like a brooding, like brute who is not as smart as he
No,
is.
and there's even a funny scene where Batman basically goes like, I'm helping you find a fucking dog. And he goes, he's like, I'm too busy solving this like real crime here, which is like, what happened to what happened to this person who died? And he's just like, oh, it was allergies. He's like, this is exactly why. This is the time of year. This is who this person is. So they probably got delivered flowers to them. And
Detective Chimp flexes hard on Batman. And
so
it's
quickly.
very, very fun.
And he's like, anyways, so why don't you help me?
so help me with this dog thing.
Yeah. So funny. I loved it so much. So they end up at the Iceberg Lounge, and then they go to Romero's, and they end up at this huge like elf and Santa party. There's basically there ends up being this fight with Detective Chimp. They run from it, and then you end up getting to the point where there's that scene where it looks like someone shot Santa's elf.
Yeah,
because like he's holding Detective Chimp's holding the gun. And
and there's a blood splatter.
You see the thing that we had seen before, but it's actually not that. It's a drink that had spilled.
It's like the guy trips and spills like a red drink, and it looks like he's been shot in the head. Because even Batman's like, and he's like, and Detective Chip's like, I didn't shoot him. And Batman's like, but the blood spatter. And he's like, it's not fucking blood. It's a drink.
You idiot.
Like Batman looks like such a fucking idiot.
It's very funny. Because even Detective Chimp describes himself as the world's greatest detective in this, which is so funny because it's always the way that they describe Batman.
I think like canonically, Detective Chimp is way better of a detective than Batman.
Insane. I mean, he's Sherlock Holmes essentially.
Yeah.
That's sort of the way, but like in like a Chicago like 1940s sort of way.
But he also has that like Holmesian thing of like being difficult to work with and surly and snarky and like not a nice person, you know, and full of his own demons. Like Detective Chimp is very much a Sherlock.
Love it. So they end up finding that the place where to go, where do they find this dog? They show up and it's not a dog, it's a reindeer. It's basically Rudolph.
Yes.
Just so funny. So they drive back, they talk to the guy, the Santa lookalike, and it even more looks like Santa now because he's even wearing like a big red sweater.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like the Santa that in the movie Elf when Elf first when he first shows up in New York. And he finds that guy walking around.
Santa!
Yeah, and it's just like a guy in like a red jumpsuit. Like,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks exactly like that Santa. And you kind of are left to believe that maybe that's really Santa.
I mean, don't both Batman and Detective Chimp like look at him like flying off with the reindeer and go like, that wasn't.
Yeah,
that couldn't have been.
Yeah, very funny. And then they basically spend the rest of the night drinking together. Bobo's wearing a Christmas sweater, and Batman and Detective Chimp are just guessing what's inside gifts.
Yeah,
I love it. There's just like Detective Chimp's like, oh, this is like a 19 blah 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 Rolex that's gold, and Bruce Wayne's like, I think it's actually like 19 blah blah blah, and he's like, but there's an inscription on it. Like it's so cute,
very very cute.
Love it. The one after that is the one I kind of cared the least about, which was the Constantine and Wonder Woman one.
Oh yeah, I think this is the one where I left off.
Yeah, I
think I might have I was kind of getting tired at night, and I was like,
it's exactly what happened to me.
It didn't grab me enough, and then I just didn't finish it.
I honestly don't even really remember what happened in it. It was too much going on, and it was sort of like extra detailed. It wasn't for me. I didn't like it. But then we go to the next one after that is A Flash Christmas Carol.
Right.
Super, super cute. Basically, the rough idea is that Captain Cold is robbing I think it's a bank.
Right.
And Mirror Master's there. And they find out that Mirror Master's basically taking toys from kids. So Captain Cold steps in the way, and it ends up, he's just like, wow, because kids deserve to have gifts and shit like that.
Because Captain Cold's he's got a heart, man.
Yeah, so they basically Captain Cold ends up saving the day.
Yeah,
and Flash is just like, hey, I appreciate that, and he's just like, yeah, I'll be bad at it next time.
It's let's not break out the warm fuzzies.
Which I love that side of him. I think that's so much fun. There's a very quick 1-page story about the I think it's the Chinese Superman.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand what was going on in it, but it sure existed.
Yeah. So that's Superman. That's pretty cool. He ends up getting some of his powers from the dying New 52 Superman, and he becomes the Superman of China. Really cool character in his own right, but I didn't finish this book, so I don't know what his Christmas story is.
Yeah, I didn't really pay attention. I kind of skipped it. It was boring me. The last, or one of the last ones is Batwoman, the Batwoman story. I totally forgot that she was Jewish.
Yeah.
It starts with a sweet sort of story about her in a diner that every year her and her father used to go, and he would tell her the story since she was a little girl about the story of Hanukkah. They would have they would share a piece of pie together. So she goes to do that even though her father's dead, and she goes to get herself a piece of pie. And as she's at the diner, a guy basically is like, "Hey, like, I know you're Batwoman. I need your help." And she's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I'm just walking away, and he's like, "No, like, I need it. Time is running out." And she's just like, "Well, I'm not a mind reader, and I have no idea who you are, so I got to see you." And then suddenly all the lights go out, and it's like an EMP thing, basically that wipes across the city, and suddenly all like electrical stuff is not working anymore. So she enlists the help of the Kit, I think her name is, the cat ears, cat glasses, like computer girl.
Oh yeah.
To basically try to figure out where this is all coming from. It ends up leading back to Timon Industries building, and this guy's basically was working for this big bad company who is trying to do a bunch of bad shit, and this computer hacker guy ended up finding out and trying to stop them, and so now he's being chased down by this computer company. They basically beat the shit out of him,
right?
And that's sort of the end of the story. It was very quick, but it's a cute thing to sort of like tie in with the sort of family in Hanukkah. They tried to throw in something that was not just Christmas in this, which was nice.
I mean, Kate Kane, Rory Regan, Al Rothstein, all sort of canonically Jewish characters, but not necessarily. They don't always it doesn't always feature into the story, so it's always fun to actually find a way to make that work.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then we have a story with Roy Harper.
Yep.
You get Dick Grayson as
a very
Nightwing.
Christmas heroine.
Yeah. It's snow. So they've got
snow flame anyway. Yeah.
So we got Roy Harper. We've got Donna and Garth.
Yeah.
We've got
like the Titans.
Yeah, all the whole Titans. Raven. We got Dick's there. They're basically chasing after this giant truck or car that's like, it looks like a 1950s car, but like super powered and like flames and shit coming out of it.
Right.
And it's just like speeding everywhere in town. It's like going way, way, way too fast, and they can't stop it. And this turns into like a conversation about addiction.
Right.
Because Roy Harper basically goes like, in recovery, I felt like how powerful and positive it can be to mark a new beginning, to let yourself start a new chapter. And they're just sort of having this sweet moment while trying to figure out how to stop this car throughout town. Because at a certain point, they just realize they can't catch it, and they just keep getting like blown off the street while they're sort of chasing it down. And throughout that whole thing, they realize that they need to be careful about like pushing buttons and about just enjoying the moment while they have it. And that's when Dick gets the idea to like try to piss off these people who are driving the car.
Right.
So they challenge them to a race, and Roy's inside of like a piece of shit car. And they're like, wow, we're going to definitely beat this guy. But in doing so, they basically bring him down the exact direction that they want to, so that they can figure out where they're going to be driving, so that they can stop it before they gets too far and they knock the car off the road.
Right.
It's a pretty simple thing, but there's a cool sort of moment where the car's racing and they have the sort of the countdown for New Year's coming down at the same time. And the whole thing's about sort of like new beginnings and Roy going through like his addiction stuff.
Which is... I mean, a great poetic way to tell a story, but I'm sure many Roy Harper fans are like exhausted about like how every Roy story now has to be about addiction or kicking addiction or things like that. Like he very rarely gets a story that doesn't involve that.
Yeah, it's not great. And then we've got a Green Lantern story. Mm-hmm. We get the version that is, oh gosh, what are their names? The when there's a woman and the man.
Simon and Jessica?
Simon and Jessica, yeah, the exact same time. They basically end up on this planet where there's these like three. They look almost exactly like the three wise men,
Right.
But they're also aliens.
Sure.
Just very weird. And they basically go, Earth will either like fall into like famine and the waters be poisoned, or you'll have success, but you have to go through our like trials.
Right.
And the trials are really simple. Like they send them back to the past.
We need gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
It's very stupid. They send them back to like the worst parts of their past. I think Simon's in like what looks like a detention facility.
Yes, because at one point Simon was suspected of being a terrorist.
Yes, and then the other one is she's in her childhood home, which is like looks like really really rough type situation.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh god, like they're freaking out. They're like, I can't go through this again. And then they get the opportunity to have the ring, and they're like, look, the ring is a curse, but you can, and you've gone through all of this horrible stuff with the ring, but you've also went through horrible stuff in the past. Are you still willing to take the ring and to help people and go through everything that you went through before? And they decide to take the ring and do what is right. So then the next phase is that they, oh gosh, what do they have to do? It's so like. They try to go through it so quickly that it's really hard to sort of to like actually capture what's going on. They're basically the next one is like fear, where they have to like go against this giant like monster, and they have to decide that they can't. They've decided that even though they're going to die, they're still going to keep fighting, which is like the final phase. And
you really like this story.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. I'm just like, yeah, I get it. It's so important. Like what they're doing is so important. But that's the last story.
Very nice.
So it's the last minute for the dog who is everything. The night we saved Christmas, dreaming of a white Christmas, Flash Christmas Carol, Day of Returning, Light in the Dark, What a Year for a New Year, I Don't Want to Be Late, in the Epiphany.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What did you think overall of this collection?
I think there were some really big hits and some sort of like womps.
Yeah.
But the ones that are really good, I loved. Like I love these.
Yeah, I mean that John and Damien one is a truly great.
That one's
Christmas,
amazing.
The Christmas DC story.
I love the Detective Chimp one. I think that's super funny. I really like that one a lot. The Superboy and Crypto one's really cute. The first three are really the
very,
best.
very strong. Yeah,
I think those are the solid ones, and then the Flash Christmas Carol one's cute, but it's so short. Yeah. Overall, I think that there's a lot of really cool artwork in this, which I really loved, and I think that like the sweetness of it all, it's so refreshing to see sort of DC in this way.
Yeah, happy and sweet and jolly.
Yeah. I really thought a lot of that had so much like sweetness to it that I really enjoyed it, and I got like touched. I was touched by that first story, which I think is a rare thing for DC, as we sort of talked about. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So how many capes would you give this collection?
It's interesting, right?
Because there are highs and lows.
Yes.
Because averaging it out,
the ones that I loved were 5s. Like the ones that I didn't care about were like 2.5. So I'd probably give this like a 3.75.
Sure. Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah. I think it was. If you get it just to read those first 3 books, I think get it online probably. Yeah. Just to read those stories. I think. But part of me wants it now just to read them. Like I kind of want to.
Might have this at Kohl's.
Really?
They might. Ooh. I think there's a holiday one there. I don't know if it's this one.
Baby.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I'm getting into the part where I want to collect stuff now. And
there you go. One of us.
I never thought I'd get here, but so we are. So yeah, that was. Do you have any thoughts about like what you did read? And I mean, you read just good stuff.
I read all of it, start to finish.
So you have a clear idea.
I know everything about all of it. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's the John and Damien one is the best one. The Detective Chimp one is fun because I like the artwork and I like kind of the relationship. But yeah, it's that first story is the one that does it for me
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now it's finally time.
All right.
For our annual DocMas gift exchange.
I'm going to preface this by saying I have a small gift here.
Hey, it's not about the size.
Hey, fuck you for making it about the size. I've got a small gift here because your main gift just didn't arrive in time, which pissed me off a little bit because it said it would.
Yeah.
But I will tell you what your other gift is. 'Cause
Okay.
I think you're gonna love it.
Okay.
Does it matter what order we do this in? Do you want to
No,
open
no.
this? Here, you open this little guy.
Okay. Ooh.
We'll start with that, and then I'll tell you what's coming.
Ooh. Oh my God, is this appropriate?
It's a naked boudoir photo of me.
Oh, it's what I
Thought you'd appreciate that.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this was for me?
Well, funny story. There's two that exist. We each have one.
What? Under my nose the whole time?
It's under your nose the whole time.
How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
you
my-
little gift cuck.
Oh my God, I was watching it for me. Oh my God. This is amazing. I'm very, very happy with this.
For the people at home
Oh,
that
yeah,
can't see.
For people who can't see, it is a cross-stitching of Picard and Riker, and it says besties underneath.
I'll let you decide who is who, but I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, obviously. I'm Riker, and you're Picard. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I mean, both visually and personalities, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Yeah. I think it works out quite perfectly. All right, the photo
So,
of the main gift.
So, I'm sorry this didn't arrive, but I think you're gonna think this is dope.
Okay.
This is what's arriving for you.
Supernatural, the Men of Letters bestiary?
It's a bestiary.
Oh, bestiary. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
It's basically a giant lore tome of
Oh
monsters
my God.
and supernatural characters.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't make a separate movie series about that, because
This is from the Night of Hell Abaddon to Banshees and Wendigos, fully illustrated tome. You can
Holy
explore
shit.
the creatures of heaven, hell, and earth from the Winchester brothers'
All-
perspective.
all the Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
Yes, basically Supernatural's version.
Yeah, just please don't make a series out of it.
So that's on its way.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah,
Are you ready?
I am ready. You've been hyped about this.
This is
For a while.
This has been some time in the making.
Oh God. Okay.
And I'll tell you, a lot of our town knows about this.
What? What do you mean? A lot of our town knows about this. God, this is giant.
Okay.
Did you overdo it?
I mean, I always?
Right. Okay. Okay. This is a very, very large box. I was initially trying to unwrap it nicely, but
No,
that
it's
wasn't
fine.
working
It's
at
fine.
all.
It's fine.
That's like my mom coming in.
Give
It's
it-
like, you can use the paper later.
No. Doctor is ripping through the paper.
Sorry, Lucy. Okay.
Is there-
It's taped shut. I'll figure it out. Oh, Christ.
I use like mega tip
Oh, wait,
packing.
here we go.
I only had packing tape.
It's
Oh
like the
my-
packing tape with like fabric in it.
Yeah, it is.
Having to use every like ounce of my nugget strength.
Oh yeah. Nugget power.
All right.
Okay, you got it open.
Here we go. I will not be denied.
Okay, the doctor is opening it up.
Oh God.
He sees the
God.
bottom of it.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Oh God. This. Oh my God.
Describe what you're seeing.
Jesus Christ. You Thomas Crown affared my dream. It is some very, very graphic. I'm having a hard time looking at it.
Describe what you're seeing.
It is some outrageously graphic art of me getting a reach around from Dean fully nude.
I mean, you're both fully nude.
I've never looked as good as I do in this picture.
Well, you may be even getting fucked in the ass currently.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely happening. Dean's got the handprint. He's got like the Castiel handprint on his shoulder, which is big for me.
I know it is.
I'm sweating. They drew sweat on me.
Yes.
This is Yes, I saw the pre-com.
Dripping
Thank
with
you.
pee.
Yeah, I mean this is graphic. This is hilarious. This is maybe the funniest thing I've ever been given. There you go. Wow, how many people in town have seen this?
All of Arctic Star. Everyone in my office.
Oh, my cousin works there.
Oh, yeah.
Poor guy.
So, do you want to hear the story?
Yeah, I do want to hear this. I do need to turn this over though, because that's me.
So this is artwork drawn by the explicit artist that we found who does specifically supernatural based art, erotic artwork. The one that I had been sending you.
Oh my god.
So I reached out to this person. I mean, part of the gift is that I had to go through and get this made.
Yeah, I mean, holy shit.
So I called this
You've outdone yourself.
person's based in Germany.
Oh my god.
So I reached out to them and I was like, this was the hardest part, was how explicit do you get in the asking of what you're looking for? Also,
did you fully describe this,
yeah.
or is this artistic license? Did you say, I want to see like a Dean and my friend like fucking picture, or did you say, this is what I want?
I said I provided examples.
Wow.
So this is what I did. So I reached out to them and I was like, first off, love what you do. Second of all, I have a gift for a friend, and what I want to know is, I see you do a lot of artwork with characters from Supernatural. What if I wanted to ask for one of my own friends to be in one of these depictions that you're showing? And they were like, oh yeah, totally. Yeah, that's no problem at all.
Yeah, there's no ethical issues there.
No problem at all. So they were like, you just got to tell me what you want. That's totally fine. And so I then had to describe what I was looking for. So I found some depiction of two men fucking each other, and then basically had to then, as eloquently as I can, describe, well, I want Dean Winchester to be on the, let's say, top in this situation on the right, and my friend to be on the left, or let's say bottom. And then they took the artistic license of having the hand around the dick and pre-cum coming out.
Oh, the reach around to pre-cum was them?
That was all them. I just wanted you to get fucked in the ass.
I love the idea of later getting an invoice from an artist, and it's like line by line. It's like rendering of Dean Winchester, rendering of your friend, rendering of pre-cum, and it's like how many hours they spent and like what they charge per hour.
So they actually have a pretty good flat rate, which is nice. They have it based on like how much color you use, how much details in the background, how many people are involved. It's a pretty good system. So that. So that they sent me a first line drawing of it, which everyone in the office saw. And they were like, how's this? I'm like, this is great. Couple things. I was like, would love to be able to get... Their first drawing was, you didn't have the glasses on. I was like, you gotta have your glasses on.
Sure.
I mean, this was a heat of the moment thing. You're not taking your glasses off yet.
No, I haven't had time.
No, and you need to see every moment.
Yeah.
So then,
I was just trying to organize the books.
Then I asked, I was like, you need to put the handprint on the arm. I'm like,
it's funny because earlier today I was talking about how the
dying inside.
Dean handprint is like a thing for me.
I was dying inside. So,
I mean, you know me so well.
They send the artwork, and I'm like, this is great. I really want to get this printed, though. I was like, I can't just send this to the printer. So I go down to the printers and I go, hey, if I had sent something kind of weird to you, they're like, wow, you couldn't send anything weird. I'm like, no, this is going to be weird. I was like, it's very explicit
And they're
artwork.
like, I know that guy. It's a small town.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yep.
And then I
Wait. Was it Francois? Was it Francois down in
Oh, they've all seen it.
Yeah.
So
my goodness.
So then I sent it to them, and the first response I got was, "Oh, I worked in a photo studio. This is nothing."
Oh no.
So they printed it in like a day for me. It was great. We went back. We got a frame for it yesterday.
Did you explain what I wanted you to do instead of printing it at Arctic Star?
Oh yeah. So Jessica had a different idea where she wanted you to pick it up from Staples.
So Richard would put in the online order through Staples.
Right.
And then you'd have to go pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for not doing that.
Well, I was like, what are you talking about? This isn't content that needs to be on the podcast.
But he's there filming.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm trying to think of where in my house I can put this that doesn't feel weird.
In the cave.
Well, I mean, I was thinking in the cave, but like sometimes people want to see my comic collection. And then I was like, I could put it like I have a walk-in closet. I could put it in there. And then I was like, if anyone literally in a closet saw this picture, they'd be like, this is a little on the nose. They'd be.
There was a conversation I had a couple days ago where I would go, it's really weird to put this much effort and framing into a piece that will probably never get hung.
Does my wife know about this?
No.
I have no idea what she's going to say about this. I mean, this is a truly hilarious, inappropriate, and insane gift.
This is probably the thing I've been the most proud of in my entire life.
This is the funniest and creepiest thing I've ever been given.
The amount of your naked body. Oh yeah, also that was part of the conversation too.
I wish that was my naked body.
I
I appreciate the artistic license they took with how fit I am.
Here was the conversation. I sent an email
You, put his head on Sam Winchester's body.
They said, can you describe your friend like height and weight? And I did that, and then after that I went ... but like let's not be hurtful.
Wow. Because I'm, yep. I look pretty good.
I mean, you look great.
The good part was Richard had
I could get Dean with that body.
Right?
Yeah.
You saw the draft, and then you were like, oh, like, add this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was very...
That.
Yeah, I mean, you even knew where my birthmark was. I mean, this is... I don't know. I have to show my
you're
wife.
So into it,
I have
too,
to
in
take
there.
my wife. She'll be like, oh, what did Richard get you?
The day your daughter finds this.
Well, that's just it. Like, I'm going to like die in a car accident. People are going to go into my house and they'll be like, oh.
When you said your wife couldn't come tonight, I was like, thank God, because I did not want your daughter to see this.
Oh, God. That is...
It's dead.
I mean...
They did such a good job. If anybody wants to know...
Incredible artwork. It's very, very well done.
It's the Friendly Pigeon on Instagram.
That name does not fit
I know.
this genre.
I know. No real names were used in this whole thing.
Incredible. Holy shit. Jesus Christ.
The gifts are not done, though.
What?
We've got one more.
What? You already did this. Who am I fucking in the other gift? Sorry, who am I getting fucked by in the other gift?
Thank you.
This is too much. You've outdone yourself.
This is not for me.
Okay.
This is from Josh Gill.
Gil, you sexy so-and-so.
This is for both of us from Josh Gill. He told me that we needed to open it up together.
It's a picture of the two of us fucking.
Oh my God. Also by the Friendly Pigeon? What? Oh God. Yeah, please.
Yeah, Jesus.
So I am
Take the
opening up
nuggets.
this big box from Josh Gill.
All right, let's...
He said we had to open it up together, so I don't know what is inside of it.
All right.
I've seen some cardboard, a lot of packing.
A two-sided fleshlight.
I didn't know this was possible. There's nothing in there.
Okay. That was decoy cardboard.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. This says, Happy DocMas Reed.
Okay. Oh my god.
Happy DocMas Richard.
All
So
right.
let's open these.
These are blank white envelopes. The kind you might expect to get from a private investigator who uncovered a picture of you and Dean Winchester.
Just another printout of that same art piece.
It'd be so funny. All right.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, he found it for you.
Oh my god, he found a book I've been looking for forever.
He found it for you.
Spider-Man Blue. Holy shit, by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, part of the Color series.
Amazing. You've been after that one for a
so
while.
long.
Very cool. And I got Camelot 3000.
Holy shit!
The collected edition of that, which is wild. It's all 12 issues. We talked about this for a bit, and I said that it was really hard to come by.
Yeah.
And somehow he pulled it off.
Holy shit.
Gil, you magnificent bastard.
There's another piece in here.
What? Gil, it's too much.
And this says, you can fight over this one. And it's in like a very ratty old paper. I'm very curious.
Yeah. What's in the bag? What's in the bag?
I know. It's a boudoir set.
Oh, God. Okay, what do we have here?
Oh, my God.
What is it?
Oh, my God. We will literally have to fight over this.
All right, let's see.
I've been searching for this for so fucking long, and they don't sell it anymore.
All right, let's see. Oh, it's the Chief O'Brien at Work collection.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's amazing. I love Chief O'Brien at Work. We talked about this on the Patreon. We did like an episode about webcomics.
Yes.
Chief O'Brien at Work is one of the funniest webcomics. Look how many comics must be in there. This is a thick book. It's a big, big book. That's amazing.
I have been looking for that book for I keep trying to buy. Hey, get back here!
Yeah, Jess just ran away with it. You let your guard down. That's what happens.
That book, holy shit. Josh, Jesus Christ.
Far too much.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
Amazing.
They do not print this book anymore. Like, this has been out of print for like 8 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? That comic's been out for that long?
Yeah.
Jeez, wild.
Yeah, it's been out for a really long... It's been out... I've been trying to buy this for so long. Holy shit, Josh.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Josh.
Oh my God. Wow. What a DocMas.
Holy shit. It's been a real roller coaster. There have been some real highs and lows.
I can't stop looking at it. I need to see it again. So, I have the digital copy for this.
Yeah, if you sign up for our $100 Patreon tier, you can have this image.
Oh my God.
$100 too low? Am I pimping myself too low?
I don't know.
Whatever, I haven't taken it.
Holy shit. We should make a $100 Patreon tier just for that.
We can make a tier.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anyone's going to do it, but I'll make a $100 Patreon tier. And if you subscribe to it, in addition to all the other Patreon content, you get this exceedingly graphic image of me and Dean Winchester.
You get the graphic. You don't get this one.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not going to send you this one. This goes right up in the front hall. This is what will greet guests when they enter my home. Because Dean Winchester entered mine.
All right.
Is that going to be on the Christmas card to your parents?
Oh, yeah. Mom and Dad would love that.
Yeah. Good Lord.
I'm looking for a way to get that inheritance early. I'll send them this.
I've never been happier.
Outrageous.
I'll see you next year.
Happy DocMas.
Happy DocMas,
everyone.
They always
Ciao, ciao.
fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure. They are men of...
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.